Hi, in this session we will take a look into the GUI or graphical user interface of Hypermesh. CAE is all about how you interpret actual physical problem and convert it into the best possible FEA model which will closely simulate the actual performance of component. For example, here we will take a look into FEA modeling of excavator and see the GUI of Hypermesh. So here I have a basic excavator model. Now same thing I want to perform or I want to simulate in a FEA model. So first thing that we are going to do is create a FEA model. Before jumping into GUI of Hypermesh, let me be first clear what are the different components of excavator. See, if you get any physical problem, may it be aerospace component or may it be the excavator, may it be automotive component, first try to analyze what are the different parts and then proceed further how you are going to simulate those same part in a FEA. For example, these are the different part of an excavator. Here we have something called as an boom, or which is also called as an arm. These two things are nothing but hydraulic boom cylinder. This thing is nothing but hydraulic stick cylinder, and this thing is nothing but stick. This hydraulic cylinder is also called as an bucket cylinder. This is our bucket. The load is going to act on this bucket and this load is going to transmitted from this thing to this housing from this linkage or through this linkage. Now this is nothing but again linkage we have here. Now observe same thing how we are going to represent in a Hypermesh. So for a timing, let me open a Hypermesh. So let me go for start. I can just type the Hypermesh and here I have a Hypermesh window. Let me open it. It will take some time to open the Hypermesh. Once you open Hypermesh, this is the first window that you will see. Now this thing is called as an user profile. As you know that Hypermesh is a preprocessor. That means we are not going to solve our FEA model into Hypermesh itself. So later we are going to solve our model in any other solver. For example, at the beginning itself, Hypermesh will basically tell you into which solver you are going to solve your model. For example, Radios, OptiStruct, Abaqus, ANSYS, these are nothing but different solver. So for time being, let me say I'm going to solve my model into Abaqus. So I will keep my user profile into Abaqus and let me set OK. Now imagine, suppose later on you decided, okay, I don't have a licenses of Abaqus available. I'm going to solve my model using the MSc Nastran. So that I have to change the user profile again. So don't worry, you can go here and set user profile to again MSc Nastran. So you can go for Nastran and here we have something called as an MSc Nastran or Nastran MSc, and let me say okay. But there is a problem with this. For example, let's say for first 10 minutes I have created a user profile of Abaqus and I have done some modeling. After 10 minutes, I have changed my user profile into the ANSYS and again for 10 minutes I have created my model. Now the problem is that first 10 minutes that you have created using the Abaqus, those 10 minutes you have to convert into the ANSYS so that entire thing will be of ANSYS. So don't worry, you can able to do that. So you have to go to the tools and here we have to say convert, and here you can convert Nastran to any other solver possible. For example, let me set it back to the Abaqus. So I can change it to the Abaqus. What this basically will do, whatever you have created using the ANSYS as your user profile, it will again turn back into the Abaqus only. Now let me close this. So this is our basic GUI. So here we have title bar, which basically tells you which solver you are using, because see, depending upon the solver, many of the option changes. So you have to be very careful in which solver you are going to perform your analysis. Here current version of Hypermesh is showing. So currently I am using Hypermesh 2019.1 and here a file name will be available here. Since I haven't saved my file, it is showing me untitled. Now second thing we have is nothing but a title bar. Now observe the title bar, we have file, edit, view and collector. After that everything is arranged in the order in which you are going to create your model. For example, first thing that we do is pre-processing. That means we import the geometry. So first we have geometry. So after the geometry there are some options regarding the cleaning of geometry. So you can go for surfaces, you can go for mid surfaces. There are multiple options to do that. Once the geometry is created, we will go for meshing. So here we can perform the mesh, you can edit the mesh, you can assign various different properties or change the order of mesh, change the type of mesh. Various options can be performed over here. Once the mesh is created, we will go for connectors. That means connecting different components. For example, I have door assembly with me, I have door and a reinforcement bracket of a door. So I have to weld that reinforcement bracket to the door. So with the help of connector, you will be able to do that. After the connector, we will go for material, then we will go for properties. What I'm trying to say, guys, is that this thing is arranged like this. From left to right, it will be arranged on how to create a model. This thing is nothing but graphical display, the entire thing. Now these are various available toolbars for display controlling options. We will see in the subsequent classes how to control them, what should be on, what should be off, at which time they should be on and in which time they should be off. Now these are again different visualizations options available for us. This thing is called as an pages, or these are called as an menu. So basically we have geometry, 1D, 2D. Now same thing can be accessed from here also, but for quick access they have given these menus or pages. Now in the pages we have something called as an panel. So this is 2D panel, this is 3D panel, and within the panel we have sub panel. For example, if I click on Tetramesh, there is a sub panel of Tetramesh in which again you will go further. This thing is called as an browsers. Now these are model browser, this is mask browser, these are utility browser, and believe me friends, these are the most useful thing because it will basically tell you how your model has been built. Now this thing is nothing but the status bar. If you have to create something or if you have to do something and you are stuck at something, then this is your friend. It will basically tell you what should you do next. Suppose if I go on geometry and if I go on node, now see here it is telling me node XYZ. Suppose if I click on some other options, it will going to change. It will basically tell you what should be you doing. Now let me say return. For time being, let me open a model and we will see how to manipulate our objects. So let me say open, and here let me go for desktop, hypermesh, and you will have something called as GUI folder in your window, and let me open this GUI excavator. Now our model has been open. You can see a name has been changed. Before or previously it was something called untitled. Now here I have GUI excavator, that is nothing but name of your file. Now see, model has been placed very rigidly. So if I press F in my keyboard shortcut, and then it will basically fit your model into your window or into your graphics display.